Hello learner, I am Dr. Ashish Bhargav, HOD Physics in the Department of Physics of Government Engineering College, Bharatpur. We will start lecture 8 of unit 6. In this lecture, we will start the basic concept of Maxwell equation and Maxwell equation with different sources and media, vacuum, etc. And also we will study about Poynting theorem. Up to the last lecture we have studied about the fourth Maxwell equation which are given below. First equation of Maxwell is divergence of E is always equal to 4 pi rho when we are talking about free space. Divergence of B is always equal to 0. Curl of E is equal to minus 1 by C of del over del T of B. Curl of B is equal to 4 pi upon C of J plus 1 by C del E over del T. Here both the term is nominated as J plus JD. So what we conclude that all the four Maxwell equation gives equation first gives the physical meaning that the electric field diverges in region where there is positive charge and converge in region where there is negative charge. Equation 2 gives the magnetic field never diverge or converge. Equation 3 gives changing magnetic field cause the electric field to curl, while equation 4 gives current cause the magnetic field to curl. Changing electric field also cause the magnetic field to curl, but the effect is usually much weaker because epsilon naught is epsilon naught is very small. Maxwell equation in free space. In free space, equations are not valid in the presence of matter in media because E and B produce polarization and magnetization effect in bound charge of the material, where P is the polarization vector, that is electric dipole density induced by the external field E, and relation between P and E by defining the displacement is as below. D is equal to E plus 4 pi of P. Similarly, M, the magnetization, which is the magnetic dipole density induced by the external field B, where M strength B, and so we define the H, which is the field due only to the current that are free, and the relation between H, B and M is given below, that is H is equal to B minus 4 pi M. So Gauss law become del dot D, that is equal to 4 pi rho, and Ampere law becomes del cross H, that is curl of H is equal to 4 pi by C of J plus 1 by C del D del by del T over D. Then the Maxwell equation in media becomes divergence of D, it is equal to 4 pi rho, divergence of B it is equal to 0. Curl of E, it is equal to minus 1 upon C del over del T of B. Curl of H is equal to 4 pi by C of J plus 1 by C del over del T of capital D. Maxwell equation in vacuum is what happens when there are no current, no charge within. Then everything simplifies. In this special case, we have Maxwell equation in empty space. Since there no sources, yet set the rho equal to 0 and J equal to 0. Then the Maxwell equation in vacuum becomes divergence of E is equal to 0, divergence of B is 0, curl of E is equal to minus 1 upon C del over del T of B, divergence of B, curl of B is equal to 1 upon C del over del T of E. The wave equation of electromagnetic start with Maxwell equation in a vacuum, as we have read in previous slide. Divergence of E is equal to 0, divergence of B equal to 0, curl of E is equal to minus 1 upon C del by del T of B, curl of B is equal to 1 by C del over del T of E, and takes the curl of Faraday law. So by taking the curl of third equation in both sides, we have curl of E is equal to minus curl of 1 by C del by del T over B. As we know the following simplification, that curl of any curl vector is equal to gradient of divergence of any vector minus del square of A. By putting this theorem in the left hand side of this equation, we have curl of E is equal to gradient of divergence of E minus del square of E. Then in this equation, as we know that by Maxwell first equation, del dot E is equal to 0, then by putting the value of Maxwell first equation, we have curl of E is equal to minus del square of E. And again we know that by Maxwell third equation, curl of E is equal to minus 1 by C del B by del over T, and curl of B is equal to 1 by C del over del T of E. Substituting in the equation, we get minus 1 by C del over del T curl of B. It should be equal to minus 1 by C del square over del T square of E. Put it all together and we derive a wave equation for the electric field, which is minus del square E is equal to minus 1 by C del square over del T square of E. By transpose the equation, we have del square E, it is equal to del square E minus 1 by C del square by del T square of E, it is equal to 0. Similarly, for magnetic field, we also get del square of B minus 1 by C del square over del T square of B, it should be equal to 0. Here A changing E produce B, A changing B produce E. Electromagnetic fields are oscillating and regenerating at the speed of light. Electromagnetic waves traveling at the speed of light, which we will calculate it in the next slide. This is the figure of electromagnetic light. In electromagnetic light, in this figure, we can easily see that electric field vector is vibrating in the y-axis and magnetic field vector is vibrating in the y-axis, while direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave is in x-axis. So in vacuum, changing magnetic field produce electric field, which is Kirchhoff first law. Changing electric flux is produce magnetic field, that is AM. Alternating magnetic or electric field is electromagnetic waves, and speed in vacuum of electromagnetic waves is c, which can be calculated by the formula 1 divided by is root of mu naught epsilon naught. By putting the value of mu naught epsilon naught, we have the value 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So we can say that electromagnetic wave speed is represented by the symbol c or value 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Propagating in vacuum, not vacuum, that is not mechanical disturbance in electromagnetic field. Other properties, unrealistic and unobserved. Plane wave means electric field is perpendicular to magnetic field, which is shown in figure. It consists of mutually perpendicular and oscillating electric and magnetic field. The field always vary sinusoidal. Moreover, the fields vary with the same frequency and in phase with each other. Here these two equations represent electric field and magnetic field. In electromagnetic field, E is represented as Em sin kx minus omega t and B is represented as Bm sin kx minus omega t. The wave is a transverse wave. Both electric and magnetic fields are oscillating perpendicular to the direction in which the wave travel. The cross product of E and B always gives the direction in which the wave travel. Electromagnetic waves can travel through a vacuum or a material substance. All electromagnetic waves move through a vacuum at the same speed, which is represented by symbol c, or it is speed of light, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. The magnitude of the field at every instant and at any point may be related as E by B, which is always equal to C, which is amplitude ratio. Next, the important topic of the chapter is Poynting vector. The electromagnetic waves carry energy with them, and as they propagate through space, they can transfer energy to object placed in their path, which is shown in figure. The rate of energy transport per unit area in electromagnetic waves is described by a vector called the Poynting vector. It is represented by S vector and it is equal to 1 by mu naught of E cross B. The direction of the Poynting vector of an electromagnetic wave at any point gives the wave's direction of travel and the direction of energy transport at that point. The magnitude of S is equal to 1 by mu naught of E and B is equal to, by putting the value of E or B, we have S equal to 1 upon C of mu naught of E square, or S equal to C upon mu naught of B square. What is of greater intensity for a sinusoidal plane electromagnetic wave is the time average of S over one or more cycles, which is called the wave intensity I. It is I equal to S of average is equal to 1 upon C of mu naught equal to E square of average. While by putting the value of E, we have 1 upon C of mu naught Em square sin square kx minus omega t. This is the ERMS. By putting the value of ERMS, we have 1 upon C of mu naught Em square by 2, or I is equal to 1 upon C of mu naught of E square RMS. The energy associated with the electric field exactly equal to the energy associated with the magnetic field, UE, equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square, or 1 by 2 epsilon naught C B square का whole square. It is equal to B square divided by 2 of mu naught, where UE is equal to UB. So total instantaneous energy density is given below. These are the references which we have used in the lecture. Thank you for listening and watching the video. If you have any problem, then you can contact me on Dr. Ashish Bhargav 1 @gmail.com.